Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Midday.
This midday, parts of the Gulf Coast prepare for Nate, the tropical storm already blamed for nearly 24 deaths in Central America.
Plus, hundreds of people camping out before sunrise for food assistance. We'll have a live report from the GRB on this last day to apply for the DSNAP program.
But first, one win in the books. And this afternoon, the Astros will try to go for two. 2 hours from now, roughly, Astros take on the Red Sox. Game 2 of the American League Division Series will go live out to Minute Maid Park. There's the chopper flying high, Sky 2 over downtown. Fans in all their orange and all their colors, ready for the pregame festivities. Thanks for joining us on this midday. I'm Owen Conflenti.
And I'm Anusha Rasta. This morning, we have a team of reporters covering the big game. Let's start with Channel 2's Adam Wexler. He is live inside Minute Maid Park with a look ahead. Hey, Wex.
Hey, Nusha. Hey, Owen. I am seeing some of those fans now inside the ballpark, ready to get wild again. They had an opportunity yesterday right out of the gate. Justin Verlander put up the 0. Alex Bregman homered. And then Altuve with his 3-homer game. And if you remember back in 2015, Jose Altuve only had 4 hits in that entire 5-game series, plus the wild card game. So a much different turnaround for him this time. Just the 10th time in postseason history, a 3-homer game. But it's not the best of one. It's the first of 3 wins for the Astros. They know that what they did yesterday means nothing for today. It's back to nothing. It's back to square one, and they're ready for the challenge.
He's the best hitter in the league, and that's in a league of really, really good hitters. And to watch him have a night like or a day like today is a great reward for the work that he's put in to not only be a good hitter who gets hits, but be a good hitter who produces runs.
My homers and his homers don't count for tomorrow, so we gotta go out there and try to win the game again. And we are playing a really good team with a big history behind them, the Rexos, and we have to do everything we can to keep playing good.
Yesterday was supposed to be the pitching matchup that matched 2 aces. It very well could be today. Dallas Keuchel, of course, gets the ball for the Astros. And remember, at the All-Star break, he was 9-0 and undefeated and the best pitcher in baseball, and has started to recapture that at the end of the season. They'll face Drew Pomerantz, who shut down the Astros twice during the season, including during the final series of the season just a week ago. Much more from Minute Maid Park throughout the afternoon and coming up again at noon. We're inside Minute Maid Park with the Astros. Adam Wexler, KPRC, Channel 2 Sports.
Okay, Adam, thank you. And once again, get ready for a sea of orange downtown as fans show their love for the Astros.
Of course, and we love them. We love them. Ready to cheer them on to a second victory, let's hope, today. Let's go live to Channel 2, Sophia Beausoleil, downtown Houston, outside the ballpark, watching all the action. Good morning.
Yes, we are at the street festival. You hear that it's loud, it's noisy. Good, that's the way we want it, because everyone's getting pumped up before the game starts at 1 o'clock. So get yourself here. It started at 10 o'clock. It's going until about 1 o'clock. And they've got everything from cornhole to playing games, pictures, everything in between. But this is all gearing up. Oh, look, we got a fan right over there. Say hi. Hey, girl, hey. But this is all gearing up for the beginning of the game, where Mayor Sylvester Turner will throw out the first pitch, and then also Bun B will be saying play ball. So it's a lot of fun. We've seen everybody out here, a lot more kids today, and I think it's safe to say a lot of folks may be playing hooky this afternoon as they come to the 1 o'clock game. But we spoke with one of the Astros shooting stars, and she says she's always known that the Astros had it in them.
Starting out in the beginning, we knew that we were a really strong team. To see that come from the beginning of the season all the way to the end, we just have so many strong players. I don't think there's any question that we've earned it.
And again, this is going on until 1 o'clock. Now, you have to have a ticket to come in here. The good news is there are still a lot of tickets available, so you can look online. And we've been talking about it all morning long. When it comes to getting here in traffic, you're going to want to plan ahead. So you may want to take an Uber, carpool with your friends. Just make sure you get here early so you can enjoy all the festivities. Reporting live from downtown Houston, Sophia Beausoleil, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Sophia got stuck with the boring assignment of the day, right? All right, Sophia, thanks.
So boring. Awesome. So boring.
Lots of fun to be had outside the ballpark. And we, the Astros, boy, have some dedicated fans with some really great stories to tell.
Yeah, they do. Channel 2's Kathy Hernandez spent time searching for an ultimate super fan. She is live downtown to tell us more. Hey, Kathy.
Well, good morning. We're only 2 hours away from the big game, and we know many fans are going to be coming here to Minute Maid Park. But we also met one huge Astros fan who won't be here. He'll be watching the game on TV. His name is Walter Piney, and he's 101 years old. The Navy and Coast Guard veteran spends his time now at the Belmont Village Senior Living Home in the Memorial area. That's where he watches all the games on TV. He also enjoys reading and researching the stock market. Mr. Piney supported the team before the Astros when they were the Houston Buffs and the Colt 45s. He says tickets back then were only 25 cents. He's seen a lot of teams in his life, and he says this year's team has what it takes.
Well, if they keep playing like they're playing now, they might play to the World Series. They got to win. They got to win a few more games, though.
Well, they do have a few more games to get there to the World Series, but guess who Walter says is his favorite player? Of course, Jose Altuve, and as we know, he hit 3 home runs yesterday. Of course, Mr. Piney will be watching Game 2 today. Reporting live outside Minute Maid Park, Kathy Hernandez, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
All right, Kathy, thank you. We love Walter Piney.
He's awesome.
He is awesome. Okay, we have all you need to know about this American League Division Series on our website. That's click2houston.com, including 3 reasons the Astros hold an edge over the Red Sox. And keep sending us your pictures, your videos as you wear orange and show your Astros pride. You can send them to share at click2houston.com. We'll have more live coverage in our next half hour.
There's other news to tell you about today, including breaking news on Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl, the American who left his post in Afghanistan in 2009 and was held captive by the Taliban for about 5 years. Later this month, he's expected to plead guilty to desertion and misbehavior before the enemy rather than face trial. Bergdahl could face up to 5 years in prison on the desertion charge and then a life sentence for misbehavior. New Orleans preparing for the worst as Tropical Storm Nate makes its way to the Gulf Coast. Some folks already filling up their gas tanks, stocking up on whatever supplies they would need in case the power goes out. Nate, the storm, blamed for at least 21 deaths in Central America.
Oh, boy. And speaking of Nate, Justin is tracking very closely on the radar. It's a very colorful radar map.
Yeah,
Justin.
very colorful radar map.
Yeah.
We're also starting to pick up some of the outer bands. As you can see, that really drenching most of Cuba at this point. And so we've got new information on this. The good news is it's still not headed to Texas, so good for us. However, it has sped up, and so this may be looking at a Saturday night landfall. Now, I'm going to just got off of Facebook Live before we got onto the show here. If you've got questions in more detail, jump on our Facebook page and check that out. And a lot of folks have asked, how do we know it's not coming to Texas? A couple of different things. We've got an area of high pressure sitting just to the south of us, and of course, the big one over across the Bermuda High. That's the one that sits in the Atlantic, and hurricanes and tropical storms try to find the weakness, which goes right in between that. In addition, we have this cold front headed in our direction. This is going to put a bit of a blocker on this storm and likely start to steer it off to the east, which is what most of the computer modeling has shown. As we jump in a little tighter for this afternoon, this evening, we've got a lot of dry air that's also aiding in keeping this away. 10 o'clock advisory, it's now 50-mile-an-hour winds, still a tropical storm, that is. Pressure has been dropping, but the movement at 21 miles an hour. So that's why we think as we go in towards Saturday evening, 7 o'clock, as a Category 1 hurricane, it will be right off of the southern Louisiana coastline and then working its way inland as we go into Sunday morning, Monday into Tuesday. It's quickly out of here, back over across the northern Atlantic. So let's take it on the Futurecast and show you what it looks like. As we go through Saturday morning, notice that some of the clouds of the outer bands right along the coastline for us. The storm itself goes in towards southern Louisiana by about 4 or 5 o'clock. We're getting some scattered showers from some of those outer bands wrapping around by Saturday afternoon. Then Sunday morning, that moves inland and it takes all of the moisture with it, and we get some of the dry air that's moving in behind that for our Sunday. So it's going to be a bit of a tale of 2 different days for us through the weekend, and it's gone as we head in towards late Sunday night. So what are the impacts for us here in Texas? Well, it's mainly going to be at the coast, aside from the scattered showers. 1 to 2 feet higher than normal tides. Here's the other thing to remember if you're getting in the water. Rip currents are going to be on the high side for much of the day today and tomorrow, and of course could see some stronger not winds just offshore. But that's going to be the main impact for us. Otherwise, we've got a great looking forecast. I'll get to that. We'll also talk about that cold front, how that makes some changes. That's coming up in just a bit.
Okay, we'll see you soon, Justin. Thanks. And you can stay on top of Nate's path by downloading our Hurricane Tracker app. You can follow the interactive tracker and receive alerts. The app is free. Just search KPRC in your app store.
Now to a story we've been following all morning. Hundreds of folks sitting in chairs, some wrapped in blankets, camping outside the G.R. Brown Convention Center, the George R. Brown. They were in line because today is the last day to apply for the food assistance known as D-SNAP. Our Sophia Ojeda is live at the GRB this morning to tell us more. How's the line looking now, Sophia?
Good morning, Owen. The line is moving along. That is the good news. It has been moving since about 7 o'clock this morning. Take a look. This is kind of the medium part of the line here. The middle part of the front of the line, just feet away, is where the entrance is. But this line, it wraps all the way around the building, several blocks away, about a mile long. Folks are here to get those D-SNAP benefits because this is the last day that you can do it.
Stressful, very frustrated, a little hungry, tiring.
One by one, thousands of people marched into the George R. Brown Convention Center downtown. Many waited almost 15 hours in line for a Lone Star card through the Disaster Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or D-SNAP. This card could pay for almost 2 months' worth of benefits if you qualify.
So it will help, you know, as far as we were used to eating at our job because our job sold food as well, so we don't have that option anymore.
You can't hold the line for anybody. You gotta go. That's the rule.
It was controlled chaos. No issues with some extra security stationed at every turn. The line stretching all the way around the building because today is the last day you can get those D-SNAP benefits. People say they are tired. Some are pretty frustrated with the whole process.
It's just so unfair, and then you see this giant line, and it's a mile and a half long, and I got here early, and I'm having to pay for parking. This is the third time I've come to George R. Brown and paid for parking. They should at least give you free parking.
Again, this is the last day. This is the last location here at the GRB to apply for those D-SNAP benefits. So this one is open until 7 o'clock tonight. Here's something that you need to know. You need to apply in person, and you'll also need to have a government ID, like a driver's license. Also, keep in mind, there is a lot of traffic downtown right now. It is hectic. We've got people trying to get into the GRB. We've got a street fest that started at 10, and of course, the Astros game is starting at 1 o'clock. So officials are urging people to take public forms of transportation, a park and ride, or the shuttles if you're trying to get around downtown. Reporting live downtown, Sophia Ojeda, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
All right, Sophia, thank you. This morning, we're awaiting some new information on a lawsuit filed over flooding during Harvey.
Coming up, why some property owners are blaming city leaders for the flood damage.
Plus, the nuclear crisis with Iran. Learn when President Trump is expected to announce his decision on the matter.
And next, the investigation into the deadly Las Vegas mass shooting. We'll take a closer look at the renewed push for tighter gun laws.
After my balloons